Lads, lasses and everyone in between, welcome to the 5-point preview ahead of our game with Newcastle at the weekend. Second thing to say is Stephen is making his debut in the Devil's Lair. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, boys.
Great opening statement. What a debut so far. Now, Adam, lots has been said about David Moyes over the last few months because of results and because of our draw with Bayern Munich. But have you personally seen any progress?
If you're being honest, over the course of the season, no. But the one thing that I saw yesterday was that in a big game, he got his tactics spot on. Some may say that the players are playing for themselves, though. I was speaking to different people yesterday, and some were thinking managers got it, and then some were thinking the players pulled it through for themselves because they want to fight for the Champions League and they want to fight for a European spot next season. So you could look at it two ways, but I'd like to think the manager had something to do with it.
Stephen, seen any progress?
Well, over the last month, we've had a series of very one-sided victories. If I could just get a quick look at the fixtures here, we beat West Brom, we got beat off Liverpool, we beat Olympiacos, we beat West Ham, we got beat off City, we beat Villa, and then we had the draw with Bayern Munich last night. In terms of progress, yes, against the smaller teams, and last night was obviously a massive positive, but I still don't think Moyes is the man for me.
Beat off City, a very depressing thought. So, moving forward to Newcastle. JB, would you experiment at this stage and say it doesn't really matter about the points in the Premier League, just play kids, save Carrick, save, well, not Fellaini, but David De Gea, Rio, Vidic, Rooney, save these players for the second leg. What do you think?
Absolutely, definitely, that's what I do. I just play as many kids as possible, as many people who won the bench as possible. Chicharito, he's going anyway, he's never going to get on. We really need everyone wrapped in cotton wool to stand every chance of progressing against Bayern. And a bit like Adam was saying, I think the players are bang up for it and will play for themselves, if not anybody else. And because of that, I think we stand every chance. It's just we need to make sure that we don't have another injury situation, which we've had too often this year.
Mac, how do you feel about the philosophy of saving all our best players in a game? Because, one, we know we could be fined by the Premier League for doing that. It's against the rules, isn't it? The got to field your best team thing. Holloway got fined for that, didn't he? And it also means potentially sacrificing points in the Premier League. How do you feel? Go on.
We don't get into Europa League, that's a bonus. Because,
I'd agree.
To be honest, I'm not saying that I want to lose the game against Newcastle. And, you know, people saying, kids, what kids are we going to play? We're not really going to play any kids, let's be honest. We're playing fringe players and the younger of our team. I mean, I'd go with a fringe side. I'd save our, you know, the likes of Carrick, Rio, Vidic, Rooney, wrap them up in cotton wool, get them ready for the Allianz Arena because we're going to need them on form. So, you know, Newcastle's a difficult place to go, albeit I'm sure they got tonked by Southampton recently and, you know, they've not been in the best form. So
no,
I think if we played a team of our fringe players, we'd probably see an improved performance in the league simply because you've got players there that are all fighting for a spot, all sniffing around, trying to get involved for the midweek game. So could work in our favour as well, you never know.
Okay, Stephen, lots said then about the concept of playing a sort of reserve team, as it were. Do you think that's possible? Will that happen?
I'm not going to disagree with the other two on this one. I'm fully behind wrapping everybody in cotton wool, going with a fringe team. As Adam said, we've not really got many youngsters.
But do you think that will happen? Will David Moyes, in your opinion, take that approach?
I've no idea. I can't predict what Moyes is thinking. I can't predict what his teams will be on a week-to-week basis. So yeah. I would hope that he understands the league is probably gone. We're probably secure in 7th place, which works for me.
Safe, very safe.
We've got a chance of staying in the Champions League next season, and that's to go on and win the thing. So I would put all our eggs into the Bayern Munich basket.
Yeah. Okay, so JB, what would be your starting 11 against Newcastle?
I'd say rest DDG, so get Lindegaard in there. Right back, I don't know if this is possible, but I'd like to play Guillermo Varela, the Uruguayan. He's just come back from Uruguay, isn't he? That fella Varela. Centre off, Evans. He's going to be coming back from injury. I thought Jones was pretty fit. I don't know whether we need to save Jones for doing a rushing job on a rushing job, not a rushing job, but a rushing around job in midfield, chasing their ball players like Thiago, Muller and Götze, who probably will be playing in the absence of the likes of Schweinsteiger and Martinez.
That was in, didn't he?
Yeah, all right. So I'll say Jones and Evans centre half. Evra against Newcastle, just so he's got a bit more match fitness. We've got the option of Evra or the much improved Buckner in the second half last night. Very impressive. I know. Midfield, just put Fellaini there for God's sake. Just oh God, he can't come anywhere near the Munich match. Darren Fletcher, because I don't know, Carrick was good. Certainly was good against Bayern Munich, but I'd like.
Do you not want to save him, Johnny?
That could be a point, couldn't it? But I'd like Kagawa at the tip of midfield for Bayern Munich. I don't know. And then your wings, yeah, your fast men, Welbeck, and I want Januzaj out there, to be honest. Tricky man to get past the likes of, Rafinha. But sticking to this team, so I'd say give Januzaj a game, give Nani a game. I think hopefully he's match fit, and stick Mata behind Wayne Rooney, unless Chicharito fancies that effort, and we can save Rooney for Bayern Munich. All right, so Chicharito up front, in front of.
You've really struggled with, haven't you? I mean, you've given that a lot of thought. You come up with 2 teams, and it's taken us forever. I'm not really sure what we've come up with. Adam, where do you stand on this? What team are you playing? For Newcastle.
I'd play a weakened team. I'd go with Lindegaard 2 in goal. I'd go with Rafael, if he's back, at right back, get him a little bit of fitness for the game against Bayern Munich, where hopefully we'll see him. Evans and Smalling at centre-back, save Jones. Obviously, I think Jones, we may need him in the midfield, or even right back if Rafael isn't ready. So save Jones, Rio and Vidic. I'd bring Evra back in for the same reasons, get him a little bit fitter. People saying Butner was a lot better now. I know he kept... At times I was watching him and his positioning was awful. And the challenges people are getting overexcited about are because he had to dive in. The reason he had to dive in because he was out of position. So I don't really...
Back to your Newcastle team. You're getting very JB on us.
It's the way to be.
Fellaini and Cleverley in the middle. Everyone's favourite 2 central midfielders. Play them against Newcastle, so they're nowhere near the 11 against Bayern Munich. And then I'd go with Mata, Januzaj and Kagawa just behind Hernandez. 2 inverted wingers, 1 number 10. They can all play in either role as well.
Nice.
Behind Hernandez, so I'd play with that.
Stephen, do you agree with that?
I'm pretty much going to go very similar to what Adam's just had. I'd probably put Ashley Young in there instead of Kagawa, but I think, not because I like Ashley Young, it's because I don't like Ashley Young, and I don't want him anywhere near the team next week.
It's not. I mean, let's not take the mick. This is still a Premier League game. We don't need to be starting Ashley Young.
I don't think Newcastle are going to offer us anything. They've been garbage since Kabay went. Krul's out. They've got Remy maybe out. Pardew still suspended. I don't think they're going to offer all that much. There's every chance this is going to be the most boring game in the Premier League history on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's not on TV.
So we're talking about Newcastle, obviously. Stephen, who should we worry about at Newcastle? What are their threats?
If Remy's fit and back, Remy. If not, our own mistakes. There's nobody in that team that can hurt us, I don't think, apart from Remy. Very ordinary. Story
of our season. JB, do you agree with that?
I do a bit, but Papi Cisse has broken his duck, and we all know how good he can be if he's got some kind of form and fitness behind him. There's Moussa Sissoko going to be playing behind him. He's probably got the most assists this season, I think, for Newcastle. Scores a couple of long-range goals as well. Then there's Gouffran. Hatem Ben Arfa's got loads of ability, but just he's absolutely been absolute naff for the last couple of months. So, like Stephen says, they shouldn't pose too much of a threat if we have something about us, and we all know we play well with our reactive style away from home under David Moyes. So, yeah, I think it's been relatively comfortable here. Excuse me. What am I doing today? Comfortable day for us. I was going to say evening. It's not the evening. There we go.
Well, thanks for explaining that you were going to say evening. I mean, that is quality content right there.
You know it.
Adam, who are the men that will be in red shirts that are going to make the difference, do you think?
Well, Alan Pardew's not on our side, so I was hoping he'd knock Moyes for me. But apart from that, you've mentioned names like...
You've gone from Moyes in to Moyes knocked out.
Hey.
You're looking at
Thank you.
Gouffran, Ben Arfa, Papi Cisse. Those kind of players now, they've been absolute crap in the league this season, but everyone turns it on against Manchester United. All them Geordies will be up for it. The crowd probably will be rocking unless we get an early goal. So, they'll be up for it, and on any given day, one of those players can pull out something out of the bag and score a goal against us. I remember Jermaine Genius banging him one when we beat him 6-3, and I think...
The question there, Adam, the question there was, which players in red shirts will make the difference for us? But thank you for recap. It's fine. Let's move on to predictions before this becomes a shambles. Do you want to point out, before Bayern Munich, I predicted 1-1. That happened. So this is worth paying attention to. Stephen, you can go first. It's your debut. What do you think the score will be?
I don't know what the team's going to be. 0-0.
Brilliant. JB?
2-1.
To Newcastle?
To us.
So 1-2, really. Adam. That's right.
Another good away day, I reckon. 2-0.
Yeah. A 0-2. All right, I'll be different. I'll say a 0-1. A cheeky 0-1. Excellent. Guys, it's been a pleasure. What do I do?
You say my predictions and take a goal off.
And I get it right. So, too eager. That's your problem. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Everybody else, if you enjoyed this preview, please like it, share it with your mates, comment below, tell us who you would play, if you think there's been progress under David Moyes, and if you think we should be resting players to save them for the Champions League, as that is so important to us now. Subscribe to Full Time Devils. It will make your day much, much better. I guarantee it. Side note, obviously, I can't guarantee that.
He's a Preston manager. He's an Everton manager. He's not a Man U manager. Never will be. Never was. Go and get Van Gaal. Go and get Hiddink. Go and get a guy who's used to a big club who can walk in here and take this mantle on of this club.